It seems like such a simple premise. What makes you think no one else has attempted to do it before?
Because it's hard. I think no one tried to do it before because it's fucking hard. Honestly, I think people went down the wrong path. I think I said this earlier today. A lot of people were like, let's add single player, or like, we should make it versus. And I think when Overkill, before I got there, when they decided to make Payday the heist, they made a really smart decision in saying it's only going to be co-op. And that gave the studio and the project a certain kind of focus that I think if you're at a bigger studio or publisher, that you would lack. So that focus then moved into Payday 2, where we said very specifically, we're not going to do single player, and we're not going to do versus. We're going to just make the co-op experience we have the best co-op experience we can, and then build out all these things around it. It's been the best experience of my career, I would say, because you really are kind of, you can take all these risks that you wouldn't be able to take if you were at a bigger studio. I think there's just a better energy in the team. There are guys that are really, really committed because you just can't hide like the fact that the stuff sucks. So if something's bad, then people are going to be like, hey, that's no good. And I think it takes a lot longer. So I think everyone is responsible and everyone contributes in a much more transparent way to the end product. There's things that are harder to do, obviously, when you're smaller. But I don't think that being creative that's much. To me, that my experience with it is that stuff happens more freely, and actually your work speed is much higher because you can just find people and talk to them, and everybody's invested in a different way. We have a year of DLC planned, and it's obviously easier to roll stuff out on the PC. But I think should be okay on both consoles, seeing that they've both lowered the requirements for deployment of patches and stuff.
Do you think deployment in the future for the consoles needs to be as open as possible for developers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, what if it isn't, then you're de-incentivized from like putting stuff out there for people, because if it's such a hassle. I mean, the whole thing that happened with Fez, and it cost him money, and now they've changed it, I think, and that's very positive. So. I really hope that they make it as easy as possible because we want to put content on this stuff. In any case, we intend to deliver a year's worth of DLC. The form that takes, I think we're still sorting out. So, whether it's going to be, there'll be some day zero stuff that'll be, I think that'll be free, but I'm not going to commit to it because I don't remember. And then we'll see how the rest of the DLC goes. But we have planned an extensive campaign because Payday 1 had such a long tail. This will be the same. We know we have so much awesome stuff we could add now. So we're just going to kind of add the awesome stuff.